everyone, welcome back to my class. This is Rumana Ali and I am here back to explain the lesson diversity in living organisms. In the previous class I have explained you about the 4 kingdoms. Now in this class let us discuss about the 5th kingdom, that is kingdom Animalia, and in this kingdom all the animals are included. And the animals are the living organisms that are eukaryotic and they are multicellular and they show heterotrophic mode of nutrition. Meaning of eukaryotic is they possess distinct nucleus. The nucleus which is present in the animal cells, that nucleus is covered by the nuclear membrane, so it is called as eukaryotic. A distinct nucleus is present in the body of the living organisms like animals, so they are called as eukaryotic organisms. And multicellular means they are made up of many cells. The number of the cells are present in the body of the animal, so they are called as multicellular organisms. And heterotrophic mode of nutrition means they are depending upon the other organisms for their food. That type of nutrition is called as heterotrophic nutrition. So these are the characteristic features of all the animals. They are eukaryotes and they are multicellular organisms, and the mode of the nutrition is heterotrophic mode of nutrition. And all the animals are so diverse that there are many varieties of animals are present in our nature. So they are classified into the different groups by the scientists in order to make its study easier. They are classified into the different groups. So this kingdom Animalia, it shows the number of phylums, and the first one is Porifera. So in this phylum of animal kingdom, some simple animals are included. For example, Cycon. When we look at the body of the Cycon, the different features are present, like they are non-motile, they cannot move from one place to another place, so they are called as non-motile animals. And the Porifera word stands for organisms with the holes. On the surface of the Cycon, we can see some pores or the holes are present, and that pores forms the canal system. That means the water or the food which is present in the surrounding, they can move into the organism, they can be supplied to the organisms through these pores. As the organism or the animal contain pores, they are aquatic in nature, they are included in the phylum Porifera. So the characteristic features of the organisms or the animals that are included in the phylum Porifera are, they are non-motile, they show some pores that forms the canal system, and this canal system helps in supplying the food and water throughout the body of the animal. So these are certain characteristic features of the animals that are called as poriferans, which is a phylum of kingdom Animalia. And the animals which are included in the phylum Porifera, they show the skeleton outside the body. The body is covered with a hard covering, that is called as skeleton. So whenever the skeleton is present outside the body, when it is not covered by the muscles or the tissues, then that type of skeleton we call it as exoskeleton. So the poriferans shows exoskeleton. The next phylum of kingdom Animalia is Coelenterata, and here in this phylum the animals like Hydra or corals are present, and here we can take an example of jellyfish also. So these are the aquatic animals that comes under the phylum Coelenterata. And when we talk about the characteristic features of these animals, then they are diploblastic in nature. Diploblastic means the origination of an organism from the 2 germ cells. The 2 germ cells are involved in originating the body of the organism. So that type of organisms are called as diploblastic, where the 2 germ cells are involved in the origination of an animal. The body of these animals are cylindrical in shape, and the body cavity is also present. The body cavity is called as coelom. There are not many organs present in these type of animals. We cannot see the organ differentiation in these type of animals. Only the coelom is present, which is called as the body cavity, and inside the body cavity the circulation takes place. So these are the characteristic features of the animals of Coelenterata. And when we talk about the example called Hydra, then Hydra is an aquatic animal that shows the 2 arms at its surface, and that 2 arms of the Hydra called as tentacles, and these tentacles of Hydra helps it to move from one place to another place, that is in locomotion. Tentacles are the structures which helps in the locomotion which are present in the Hydra. And corals are the animals that are very small, but even though they are small, they join each other and they form the colony that can be extended up to 1800 square kilometer of area. In this way, they can form a big colony, and most of the time they are found in the colonies only, and these are the animals that feed on the other animals. That means they are showing the heterotrophic mode of nutrition. So the animals that are present in the phylum Coelenterata includes hydra, corals or jellyfish. They are diploblastic, that means they originate from the two germ cells, and the body is cylindrical in shape, and the body cavity which is present is called as coelom. And we can also find some special structures which are arm like, they are called as tentacles, which are usually found in the animal called hydra, and this hydra possesses tentacles as arms which helps it to move from one place to another place. And corals are the animals which are very small but they form the colonies that can cover a big or a large area. तो अभी हम बात करेंगे फिफ्थ किंगडम जिसको हम बोलेंगे एनिमैलिया। ये वाले किंगडम में सारे एनिमल्स इंक्लूड किए जाते हैं और बेसिक कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स जो मोस्ट ऑफ द एनिमल्स में प्रेजेंट होते हैं वो है यूकैरियोटिक। वो यूकैरियोटिक नेचर बताते हैं, यानी जो भी न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होता है उनके सेल्स में वो न्यूक्लियर मेम्ब्रेन से कवर किया होता है, तो उसको हम बोलेंगे यूकैरियोटिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स। और जो भी एनिमल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं किंगडम में, सारे एनिमल्स कई तरह के सेल्स के बने हुए रहते हैं, इसके लिए इसको हम बोलेंगे मल्टी सेल्यूलर। और वो लोग दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज्म पे डिपेंड होते हैं न्यूट्रिशन के लिए, तो इस चीज को हम बोलेंगे हेटेरोट्रॉफिक मोड ऑफ न्यूट्रिशन। अब ये वाला किंगडम एनिमैलिया बहुत सारे फाइलम्स में क्लासिफाइड किया गया है। फर्स्ट फाइला है पॉरीफेरा। पॉरीफेरा यानी ऐसे वाले एनिमल्स इसमें इंक्लूड किए गए हैं जिसके सरफेस के ऊपर होल्स या फिर पोर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं, वो वाले एनिमल्स ये फाइलम में इंक्लूड किए गए हैं। और जब हम कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स की बात करेंगे तो यहाँ पर हम एग्जांपल लेंगे साइकॉन का। साइकॉन एक ऐसा एनिमल है जो वाटर में प्रेजेंट होता है, जो कि नॉन मोटाइल है, यानी वो मूव नहीं हो सकता, और उसकी बॉडी पे पोर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं जो एक कैनाल सिस्टम फॉर्म करते हैं, यानी फूड और वाटर पास करने के लिए हेल्प करते हैं। वो पोर्स के जरिए से ही फूड और वाटर और एनिमल के बॉडी के अंदर पहुंचाया जा सकता है। और ये वाले एनिमल्स का जो आउटर कवर है वो थोड़ा सा हार्ड होता है और इसको हम बोलेंगे एक्सोस्केलेटन। नेक्स्ट फाइला है सिलेंटेरेटा, और ये फाइलम में हाइड्रा, कोरल्स और जेलीफिश का एग्जांपल लिया जा सकता है। और ये फाइलम में ऐसे वाले एनिमल्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं जो कि डिप्लोब्लास्टिक होते हैं। अब यहाँ पर डिप्लोब्लास्टिक यानी टू जर्म सेल से जो भी एनिमल ओरिजिनेट किया जाएगा उसको हम बोलेंगे डिप्लोब्लास्टिक इन नेचर। और ये वाले एनिमल्स सिलेंड्रिकल बॉडी बताते हैं और इसमें बॉडी कैविटी भी प्रेजेंट होती है जिसको हम बोलेंगे सीलम। डिफरेंट ऑर्गन्स प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं ये वाले एनिमल्स में, जो बॉडी कैविटी है उसके अंदर ऑर्गन्स प्रेजेंट नहीं होते हैं, और ये वाले बॉडी कैविटी को हम बोलेंगे सीलोम। और हाइड्रा के सरफेस के ऊपर थोड़े आर्म लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं जिसको टेंटाकल्स कहते हैं, और ये टेंटाकल्स हाइड्रा को हेल्प करते हैं एक प्लेस पे से दूसरी प्लेस में मूव होने के लिए। कोरल्स ऐसे वाले ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं जो स्मॉल साइज में है लेकिन वो बहुत बिग कॉलोनीज फॉर्म करते हैं। दे जॉइन ईच अदर एंड दे फॉर्म द बिग कॉलोनी। सो दिस इज अबाउट द फाइलम Porifera and the phylum Coelenterata. The next phylum in the kingdom Animalia is Platyhelminthes, and in this phylum the animals that are present are called as parasitic worms. Parasitic worms are present in this phylum. And here we can take an example of tapeworm. And the characteristic features of these animals are they are dorsoventrally flattened. That means when we look at the front body of the animal, that is also flat, and the back side of the body of animal is also flat, so that is called as dorsoventrally flattened. So basically the flat shaped body of these animals can be seen. And the next characteristic feature is they are lengthy parasites that are found in the intestine of buffaloes. In the intestine of buffaloes we can find these type of animals that can be feed on the food that is eaten up by the animals. The food which is taken by the buffaloes, they can be utilized by these tapeworms which can be found in the intestine of that animals. So that is the reason they are called as parasitic worms. They can cause the diseases in certain animals and they feed on the food of that animals. And the other characteristic feature is they are triploblastic in nature. Triploblast means just before I told you that diploblast means the origination of the body of the organism from the two germ cells is called as diploblast, and here tri means three. So the origination of the body of the living organism from three germ cells, that type of organisms are referred to as triploblastic. And we can see the bilateral symmetry. Symmetry can be defined as the cutting of an organism. When the organism can be cut into two equal halves, then that type of symmetry is called as bilateral symmetry. When we look at the structure of a tapeworm, then we can make a cut in such a way that the body of the tapeworm can be divided into two equal parts. In this way, the tapeworm shows the bilateral symmetry. So these are the characteristic features of animals that are present in the phylum Platyhelminthes. An example is tapeworm. The next phylum in the animal kingdom is nematode or nematoda. In this phylum, the parasitic worms are present, but these parasitic worms are not flat, they are cylindrical. The body of these animals are cylindrical, and they are also triploblastic as that of the animals which are present in the Platyhelminthes. The animals that are included in the phylum Platyhelminthes, they show the triploblastic nature. Similarly, nematodes also shows the triploblastic body cavity, and as we know that triploblastic means the origination of the living organism from 3 germ cells. That type of nature is called as triploblastic, and here we can see some special structures that are present. So the worm which is included in the phylum nematodes, they show some special pin-like structures at its ends, and that pin-like structures which are present at the end of their bodies, that can be called as suckers. And these parasitic worms can be found in the body of the humans, and these parasitic worms can be able to cause many diseases in the human body. For example, elephantiasis. So elephantiasis is a disease which is caused by the accumulation of these roundworms, and these roundworms, when accumulated in the body tissues, it results in the swelling of the hands or legs. Where the worms are present, that portion gets swells and it looks like an elephant. That is the reason disease is named as elephantiasis. So the elephantiasis can be caused by the parasitic worms or the roundworms, and the other disease is roundworm infection. So the worms which cause diseases in the animals or in the human body, they are called as parasitic worms. तो थर्ड फाइलम है प्लैटीहेलमिंथेस, और ये वाले फाइलम में पैरासिटिक वर्म्स को इंक्लूड किया गया है. पैरासिटिक वर्म्स, यहाँ पर हम एग्जांपल ले सकते हैं टेप वर्म का. और जब कैरेक्टरिस्टिक फीचर्स की बात करेंगे तो ये डॉर्सोवेंट्रली फ्लैटेंड, यानी सामने से भी फ्रंट साइड से भी फ्लैट रहेगी बॉडी ऑर्गेनिज्म की, और वेंट्रल साइड से भी फ्लैट रहेगी. इसको हम बोलेंगे डॉर्सोवेंट्रली फ्लैटेंड. और ये ट्रिप्लोब्लास्टिक ऑर्गेनिजम्स होते हैं, और ये बायलैटरल सिमेट्री बताते हैं, यानी ऑर्गेनिज्म को अगर दो इक्वल हाफ्स में कट किया जा सकता है तो फिर उसको हम बोलेंगे बायलैटरली सिमेट्रिकल एनिमल. सो दिस इज अबाउट द फाइलम प्लैटीहेलमिंथेस. व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट द फाइलम निमेटोडा, तो ये निमेटोडा फाइलम में भी पैरासिटिक वर्म्स को ही इंक्लूड किया गया है, लेकिन डिफरेंस ये है कि ये वाले फ्लैट नहीं होंगे बल्कि ये सिलेंड्रिकल बॉडी बताएंगे. इसके लिए इसको अलग फाइलम में इंक्लूड किया गया है जिसको हम बोलेंगे निमेटोडा. और ये वाले वर्म्स भी ट्रिप्लोब्लास्ट रहेंगे, और यहाँ पर थोड़े से स्पेशल स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं एंड ऑफ द बॉडी पे. वर्म्स के जो भी एंड होता है बॉडी का, वहाँ पर पिन लाइक स्ट्रक्चर्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं जिसको हम बोलेंगे सक्कर. और ये वाले वर्म्स ह्यूमन की बॉडी में प्रेजेंट होते हैं, और ह्यूमन की बॉडी में कई तरह के डिजीजेस के लिए भी रिस्पॉन्सिबल होते हैं. ये कई तरह के डिजीजेस कॉज कर सकते हैं ह्यूमन्स में, जैसे कि है एलिफेंटियासिस और राउंडवर्म इन्फेक्शन. लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट फाइलम, दैट इज एनालिडा. And in this phylum, the animals like earthworm and leeches can be seen. Now, the characteristic features of these animals are, they show the true coelom. That means the true body cavity is present in these animals, and the body cavity is nothing but the space in which the organs are protected. So, the true body cavity can be found in these animals like earthworm and leeches, and the body of the earthworm is segmented. So, when we see the body of the earthworm, so many linings are present, segments are formed. That is the reason they are called as the segmented animals. The body of the earthworm is segmented, and in each segment or in the different segments, the different organs are present. The organs are differentiated in the different segments. So, here the Annelida is a phylum which shows some differentiation in the organ system. And in some segments the reproductive organs can be present, and in the other segments some respiratory organs are present. So, in this way the body cavity is occupied by the different organs, and the shape of the body is cylindrical. And the animals which are present in the Annelida phylum, they are also triploblastic. So, that means the body of these animals shows 3 layers of cells. That is the reason they are called as triploblastic. So, these are the certain characteristic features that can be seen in the animals that comes under the phylum Annelida. The next phylum is Arthropoda, and in this phylum the animals that shows the jointed legs, they can come under this phylum. For example, cockroach, scorpion. So these are the insects that comes under the phylum Arthropoda, and the insects, prawns or the scorpions that comes under the phylum Arthropoda, they have true body cavity. True coelom is present in these type of animals, and we can see the bilateral symmetry. These animals are bilaterally symmetrical. That means we can cut these animals into two equal halves. So here we can see that we can cut the body of a cockroach into two equal halves. So it shows the bilateral symmetry. And the other feature is they show exoskeleton. The exoskeleton means the skeleton which is present outside the body, which forms the outer covering of the organisms. That type of system is called as exoskeleton. And in the body of the insects, some prawns or the scorpions, the skeleton can be found outside of the body. That is the reason they are called as exoskeleton. So they have an exoskeleton, and they show the open circulatory system. The open circulatory system means the blood does not flow through the blood vessels. The blood vessels or the arteries are not present in the body of these animals. The blood can be easily flows through the body cavity. In the body cavity, the blood flows. That is the reason as the blood flows. So as the blood flows in the body cavity, there are no blood vessels are present in these animals. We can call it as open circulatory system. So these are certain features of arthropods. तो फिर नेक्स्ट फाइलम है एनालिडा, और एनालिडा में अर्थवॉर्म और लीचेस का एग्जाम्पल लिया जा सकता है। और ये वाले एनिमल्स में ट्रू सीलोम यानी ट्रू बॉडी कैविटी प्रेजेंट होती है, और ये एनिमल्स की बॉडी को जब हम देखेंगे तो थोड़े लाइंस की तरह हमें स्ट्रक्चर्स नजर आएंगे जिसको हम बोलेंगे सेगमेंट्स। तो ये लोग की बॉडी सेगमेंटेड होती है, और ये वाले एनिमल्स की बॉडी का शेप होता है सिलिंड्रिकल, और ये वाले एनिमल्स ट्रिप्लोब्लास्ट होते हैं यानी 3 लेयर्स ऑफ सेल्स में से ओरिजिनेट होते हैं। अब बात करेंगे दूसरे वाले फाइलम जिसको हम बोलेंगे आर्थ्रोपोडा, और आर्थ्रोपोडा में जॉइंटेड लेग्स वाले इंसेक्ट्स और अदर स्मॉल एनिमल्स इंक्लूड किए जाते हैं, जैसे कि है कॉकरोच और स्कॉर्पियंस और प्रॉन्स। ये वाले एनिमल्स ट्रू बॉडी कैविटी बताते हैं यानी ट्रू सीलोम प्रेजेंट होता है इनकी बॉडी में, और ये वाले बायलैटरली सिमेट्रिकल होते हैं, और एक्सोस्केलेटन यानी आउटर कवरिंग जो है वो हार्ड होती है जिसकी मदद से एनिमल्स प्रोटेक्टेड रहते हैं, इसके लिए इसको बोलेंगे एक्सोस्केलेटन। और जो भी सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम प्रेजेंट होता है ये वाले एनिमल्स में वो ओपन सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम होगा, यानी ब्लड जो है ब्लड वेजल्स में से या फिर ब्लड आर्टरीज में से फ्लो नहीं होगा, बल्कि सीधा बॉडी कैविटी में ही फ्लो होगा। इस तरह के फ्लो ऑफ ब्लड को हम बोलेंगे ओपन सर्कुलेशन, और ये वाले सिस्टम को कहा जाता है ओपन सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम। सो दिस इज अबाउट द एनिमल्स दैट कम्स अंडर द फाइलम एनालिडा एंड आर्थ्रोपोडा।